the IndyCar Series returns, and then of all the locations, Texas Motor Speedway up 200 miles an hour. I mean, this is a serious track, serious situation, and an exciting return here, and it'll be on NBC at 8 Eastern time and prime time. What about out on the track? Do you think there'll be more caution as you're driving? I mean, it takes some time maybe to get a feel of things, and then it'll just be like normal. What are you expecting, Graham?
Well, so it's interesting because the race has been shortened from the normal 248 laps to being 200. Mm-hmm. So I think that's going to breed a little bit more anxiety into the guys to be, hey, if I start 10th, I need to make my way to the front sooner than 248 laps. A lot of time for things to come and happen. Plus, 248 laps, typically the sun's down, right, by the end of that race. And in this case, it's 8 Eastern. That's 7 local time. I don't know that we're actually ever going to race completely in darkness. And why that affects us is because when the sun goes down, all of a sudden the track gets a lot more grip. You can drive a little bit more aggressively, so on. But the other side of this is I hope that everybody uses their head, because Texas is also probably the most dangerous track we go to all year. And so, throwing everybody out there together, intense already, adding in a couple of rookies that have never even done an oval race, intense. There's a lot of question marks that come into play here, but I certainly think people understand the danger of it. People understand that we're going to a place that has certainly, it's hurt some guys before. And so I think that everybody understands you got to have a little more caution. In particular, like I said, with this aero screen, we've never raced it. It's never been driven into the evening through sundown. As the sun starts to go down, the glare that puts typically is always a problem. Well, we don't know what it's going to do with the aero screen yet. So there's a lot of questions, that we're going to find out tomorrow night live on TV as everybody's watching, which may not be the most ideal way to do this. But that is what we're going to do, and it'll be fun.
Will you explain to people what that screen is, and who may not know, Graham?
So it's a pretty cool new piece of technology. If you look at Indy cars when my dad drove back in the 80s, 90s, the cars today are far safer than they were at that time. Having said that, this is probably the largest improvement in safety since I've been around, which is, we use literally F-16, F-18 fighter jet canopy reshaped. So this is a ballistic piece of it's a composite glass, basically, that can take this is an important piece of information, Rich. It can take like a 20-pound frozen turkey at 250 miles an hour. And that's really, really important. So like you're going to be facing frozen turkeys every day, but that is actually the test that they utilize in the fighter jets as well. And so this is a piece that is now in front of the driver's head. It wraps around, mounts to where the roll bar is. This piece would have, honestly, we lost a driver in 2015, Justin Wilson, a very important guy in my life. We lost him at Pocono. I think had we had this piece, Justin Wilson would still be with us. So this is a huge improvement to the head and neck and brain safety for drivers. It's the first open wheel car in the world to have this sort of cockpit, and so it's meaning IndyCar, Formula One, we're the first to be able to do it to this sort of level. And so we're excited about that. PPG actually makes the glass, same company that makes the glass for the fighter jets. So it's a pretty advanced piece. We've had to work on the shape for the glare, because clearly in an IndyCar, when you're turning a lot, fighter jets aren't necessarily turning on banking like we are. And so it's important that we get all the distortion out of it and stuff. But it's been really good. It's been huge, groundbreaking changes and developments in the safety of open wheel cars, and we're looking forward to giving it a shot.
Me too, Graham. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.